How much do y'all like penguins, huh? Enough to travel through the Arctic dangers and face off against the old Nazis and a lot of other very interesting historical figures in this time period as well. We are taking a dip. We are hopping in to the world of Penguin Colony, folks. And this is a game that is the follow-up to UMURANGI Generation, which is a game that I am really fond of. Its art style, its presentation. Same studio bringing this one out. This is a very interesting kind of design. They very specifically referenced it being something referencing H.P. Lovecraft's work. I believe at the Mountains of Madness. Not at the Mountains of Madness, my God. What is what is that called? They had it listed on their Steam page. But yeah, the important thing is that this is very H.P. Lovecraft out. Now you may have noticed at the start of our stream here that there was a bit of a disclaimer at the start of the video. There are Nazis in this game. There are fascist ideological statements in this game, which I'm sure for some people will be very exciting. But for anyone who is maybe a little bit turned off by that and may not want to see that, this might be a video that you want to skip. So for now, we're going to hop in and we're going to see what is going on in the penguin colony. Oh, shit. Look at that. I feel like The Thing. I feel like the Twilight Zone. And speaking of the Twilight Zone, we have a very particular narrator in this too. See if you can recognize the voice before I tell you who it is. Once we get him, of course. Welcome to Antarctica, 1939. Part 1, Colony. Look at that flare. Yay! So this is us. We are indeed a penguin in a penguin colony.
Do you hear it? The wind. The wind howls different in the south than the north. The animals, many of which have queer appearances, do not conform to scientific principle, nor natural law.
Yes, so this is the narrator from Disco Elysium. Yes, indeed. It is, he's been in a few other things here and there as well, but people will primarily recognize him from that, and rightfully so, because he is has a very distinctive voice indeed. I'm gonna see if I can grab this thing up here before I keep it going. It's the Disco Man. Yes, you're right. Because I saw this up here. But yeah, so you can already tell there is a pretty unique,
It is here, in the South Pole, that I find myself surrounded by the Southern Hemisphere. Strangeness. I ask myself, is it possible, or even reality, that what I have experienced over the last few weeks shall be believed like those men who were tasked with explaining what they saw? Or will my words come across like those of a madman?
So yeah, very interesting tone to our narration as well. I heard him on Brony music. That's interesting. I want to get it. I want to get it. Let me get it. Ah! Wild. Shiny stones refill stamina. Oh, look at us going. FF7 essence coming out of the water, yeah. Oh, okay, that is like our balance meter of some kind. Kind of interesting. Let's see. Anything? I'm gonna guess maybe that's progression. Only one way to find out, right? Oh, crap. Gonna take me a sec to get used to this. Penguin parkour, yes.
The blittering of Morse code denotes a soul on the other end, which should make clear that civilization still exists. The expedition had multiple objectives.
Interesting. Swap penguin when close by. Oh, that's a penguin noise. Oh, okay. So different penguins have different abilities. But yeah. Okay. Not small enough. There we go. Little fat guy. Look at him. This is my homie right here. Little penguin man.
Did these scientists know it was all a ruse? That they were merely a smokescreen for a greater scientific discovery? When we arrived, most of these expeditions had been removed in order to maintain secrecy.
So for those who might not have played UMURANGI Generation, one of the things to note about that game is that it did have a little bit more of like, you had objectives in the game, but like, there was definitely a level of kind of like, hey, experience the place that you're in, vibe with it, get a sense of kind of what all is going on. And I'm getting a sense that this is a little bit like that. You know, we have our story, we have our stuff that we're aiming to do here, but there's plenty to be able to have a look at while we're doing this. This camera is really struggling with me at the moment. I'm not even blaming the game, like I'm blaming myself. Shadow of the Antarctic. You know, it kind of... It kind of does feel a little bit like a Shadow of the Colossus kind of Ico type of experience to some degree. Alright. I'm going to see if I can get up there. Oh, man. And we got this. I promise we got this. Now that all of the debris is out of the way, this will be a breeze. I can't get the jump right. But yeah, so things to explore, things to collect, things to overall enjoy as we are Oh, that's it. There's a little gap thing there. I'm going to see if I can do what I did before. Do another attempt at that. And if I can't get it right, then I might move on. Okay, come on. That one still has to. Your arm's still sore? Why is your arm sore, Otaku? I hesitate to ask. No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. Alright, I'm done. I failed that. Let's see. I probably should be a bigger and stronger penguin when I venture out into the world, so let me go back under this steel here. Let me steal myself a big penguin. So this does feel, I mean, I do struggle a bit with the control, but this does feel very fun to be able to kind of slide around and do this. The biggest thing for me is just making sure that once I am actually digging into this a bit more, or maybe even playing the main game, that I learn what's good, you know? And see what the word was. Ah, crap. Main game better have penguin romance. This isn't Persona 4, Otaku. I'm sorry. Not every game has to let you romance characters. What the hell? Hey, don't mind me. Wait. Are they, like, angry at me or something? All making a bunch of noise. Alright, gotta watch my balance. Yeah, there's quite a lot of them here. Indigenous. Alright, I have 6 sites. I don't know what that entails. But we're gonna head towards the flare now. I just want these little fuckers to be happy. Nah, I get that. No, if anything bad happens to these, like, penguins, then I'm gonna be mad, actually. I love how people are still adding Harada, blaming him for stuff, and he just links an article about him leaving Namco. Emperor Penguin Colony. I mean, the big thing with the Tekken thing is, like, dude, like, even he was straight up complaining about Namco when he was still a part of Namco at the time. Like, it's not as if he doesn't know that, like, the stuff that's going on at Namco is, like, bad. Because he was saying it was bad while he was a part of the company. It's funny, but it's like, I feel like people develop such a weird relationship with, like, a lot of creatives. Like, they could stand to chill out a little bit. Anyway, over to this flare, we continue to move. Ooh, actually, no. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh yes, y'all like this waddle tech that I got going here? Watch this. Easy. Easier than it's ever been. Whaling station.
which made me feel warm and at home. The sheer cliffs were not something we could climb without machinery. We would have to find another route to the camp.
Uncivilized. Seer? Or seeker? Yeah, as they said, it's gonna require a little bit of finesse to get to the camp. Let the wind guide you when the path forward isn't clear. Let's see, anything in there? Nope. Hold up. Whee! If nothing else, this game has nailed the atmosphere of being in Antarctica, of being amongst the penguins, and overall of kind of just seeing what we can see here. I think because this is a part of, I think this is a part of Fellow Travelers Story Rich showcase, which is something that they maintain quite a bit. Fellow Traveler, which has published a fair amount of games that I really enjoy. 1,000 Times Resist, and then the two Citizen Sleeper games. And knowing that they were producing this, knowing that they were producing this already gave it kind of a stamp of approval to me, because
It was many years ago now, while teaching at Boston Miskatonic, when I became delirious, seemingly suffering from a stroke. By all accounts, I collapsed, only to awaken 7 days later, with no medical issue to be found. My symptoms were odd. My blood pressure, heart rate, and other metrics were well within the boundaries of immaculate health. The only irregularities came from my dreams. In my dreams, I had nightmares of the foulest kind. I saw images in colors outside the range of visible light. I would experience sensations of seeing myself within a dark void of nothingness, as if my consciousness had left my dreaming body. I would see and hear entire lifetimes in the blink of an eye, only to forget everything. When I awoke, I tried to find words to describe what I saw. The men around me sat in puzzled silence as I spoke fluently in something old and peculiar, unrecorded by man. My condition became a curiosity to the medical school, for which I was prescribed a concoction of REM sleep suppressing pills and a healthy dose of Valium to keep my mind at ease.
that's kind of, the science of the early 1900s, right? You're having some bad dreams? Well, here's some Valium, dude. Have fun. Enjoy the trip. See you next fall. I love that the penguin makes that like noise when it's like bouncing on stuff. I'm just exploring around at this point, I think. The wind is telling me to go. Yes, there we go.
To ensure that cargo transporting was foolproof in adverse conditions. On days when a plane could not land nor sea land, an elaborate hauling method had been put in place. Despite this, the brigadier made sure his personal ski plane was always parked next to him in case of emergency. The crazy man had flown alongside the Red Baron.
Alongside the Red Baron. You're the Red Baron? Oh, Otaku. Well, you know what we got to do to you now, right? You know what happens next, right? Up. That, you tumble on your head. Ah. Really well detailed kind of areas, even if you're kind of you're incentivized to explore them, but it doesn't feel like it's like a main thing that you have to do in order to, complete the game, at least not at this point. I could be wrong though, because I am kind of just zooming my way through. Penguin Hawk, yeah. Like let him do a little kick flip. Let the penguins do a little kick flip, and everything will be fine. The Nazis won't get them. Well, now I'm going backwards. Let me see if there's a big penguin over here. Maybe I can swap over to. Nah, there isn't. Did not see this story coming. I mean, honestly, it is kind of interesting that they were like, we got penguins in the Antarctic, and we've also got, H.P. Lovecraft. Like, but there's always a method. Say what? Slower. What are you trying to get me to say? H.P. Lovecraft? Penguins in the Antarctic? I don't know what you're saying there. But, did not see this story coming. I don't know what you're saying. Back to what I was saying before, though, is the thing, is that, I mean, it is one of those things where, this studio's previous game, there we go, that was the one, Northern.
For any imperfections, academics are used to challenging one authority with their own. But it was clear, the only discipline of any importance to this expedition was that of the Brigadier.
But yeah, it's hard to see this type of stuff coming when you're actually able, But I think one of the benefits to it is that if you're someone who is familiar with these guys' previous work, you know that there's a bit of a method to the madness, right? Maybe not maybe madness is not the correct word, but like there's always something that they're angling for in the simplest of presentations. UMURANGI Generation was very much presented as oh, you know what? You're right. UMURANGI Generation was presented as just a photography game, and then you get like all of the interesting political stuff that's in there. That has really kind of endeared it to me on a higher level. So, just from even kind of looking at that, I know that this game has got, something cool waiting in the wings. And they definitely have presented this as more than just, a game about penguins already. So, and then I made him dive off. Colony. I wonder how many of these are spread out through each area that you need to explore. Get a rock and give it. That is what penguins do, actually. They do gift rock. They do gift rock, indeed. It's their favorite thing. But yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that the penguin is getting us to where we need to go. But there's definitely a little bit more to be able to see as we get there. I saw Happy Feet, good documentary. I don't know how you make 2 more movies about penguins dancing. Because kids like them. I liked Happy Feet. And it wasn't Happy Feet directed by the Mad Max guy as well? He was like, I finished making Mad Max, now I'm going to do Happy Feet. And then after he did Happy Feet, he was like, I'm going to do maybe one of the greatest movies of all time in Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, you know, not to air anybody out in particular, but I had a conversation with somebody who watched that movie, and legitimately their reaction to it was just like, I didn't like the movie because it was just them leaving one place and then deciding to go back there. I'm like, man, I mean, that's every movie, right? Like, that's kind of how all movies work. Oh, what the... Native. Well, this isn't good. I don't like that. I think the Lovecraft of it all is going to start springing up pretty soon. Oh, hey! People! Hey, people! Whoa! Okay. I thought I was going to dive into him and he was going to be like, get off of me. And he died instead. I killed him. That's my thought. That's what I'm thinking happened. I killed him. Oh yeah, everything is burning down here. Not much to smile about in our lives at the moment. Ooh! Collectible? Sex. I don't know if that's what I'm thinking about when a guy's head explodes, but to each their own, really. Oh, all of these collectibles are red as well. Prost! I don't know what that is. Is that the author? Prost? More penguins. More dead people. More burnt down things. Well, I was saying before, like, hey, you know, we may be in for something crazy soon, because there's always something a little bit deeper. Encyclopedias. And lo and behold, it looks like the other shoe has finally dropped. I was about to go on the biggest stream hiatus, but luckily computer shit worked out. That's good, Otaku. Like, it's, you know, computer issues. This is the reason I'm happy that I have, like, a peripheral here. Because that way, like, my computer doesn't fuck up. At least most of the time. Oh, what's up? Oh! Okay, dude. I'm gonna leave you too cutting your own ear off. He's giving himself a fade. They didn't have that tech in 1939, so that's why he's doing. That's why he cut his face off. A little too high, a little too tight.
Howard Blakely.
Howard Blakely.
as I now see it in how it was
I'd like to
intended.
take his face
Past, present,
off.
and
And yes, I did do the hand thing.
I see echoes and glimmers of
Its
time.
narration is so good, though.
Do not think of me.
Oh, there it is!
For if you have seen,
There it is!
you too will come to realize the implications of this discovery far outweigh its strange circumstance.
What is this? Heed the whisper of great infant lord of the... Okay. Well, I guess we're back on the journey. And me saying, "Oh, high and tight," before, I didn't even fully realize that these are the Nazis here. I feel like that's what that was implying, but at the same time, I was like, huh. You know, these guys could be other people. I don't know. But no. Don't feel sorry for him. Okay, yeah, something's off in the distance.
The wind howled from all directions. When we were awoken by the sound of the most sinister scream, Whistle had been physically beaten. His face was unfazed as blood rushed from his eyes, coating the snow in the most vibrant red. It was not clear if his screams were one of laughter or horror. He sat there all night, laughing to himself. Sleep never found him, nor the rest of us.
I need Miss Neverett to be in the next PTA movie. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how she was like in Superman and Lois as Lois Lane, and now she's like one of the biggest indie movie finds of like probably the past decade. She was not Lois? Oh my god. Why did I think she was Lois? Maybe I thought she had the hair. Maybe because of the hair. She was in that show, though. I know she was in that show. Because, like, no one ever saw that show. Yeah, you're probably right. But, like, you know, going from being in that show to being here is pretty awesome. Sephiroth didn't either. I keep forgetting he's Sephiroth now. Or was. He's not Sephiroth now. I haven't heard the new Willingham's new voice, but it is kind of funny how Sephiroth is like kind of a non-factor in the other two games, and now that he's like a main character here, like, I mean, you know, like now that he is officially kind of our main, the final boss, he's voiced by someone different. Kind of stinks. I guess that's an aspect of the timing of these things, though. Yeah, I know that like the first game had Sephiroth in earlier than he should have been because of the timey-wimey stuff. And then the second game had some flashbacks, I think. And then this game is kind of where you know, and he killed Aerith, of course, but, you know, then you get the other stuff after. You guys, y'all good over here? Ooh, little Emperor Penguin. Interesting. Something seems to have taken these guys over. The son of the voice that we are headed off to. Hopefully it doesn't take us over too. He what? Ooh. Deep ass voice. That's a grown man wheezing. That's not a penguin. Yeah, jury is of course still out for, I mean, I think that the most impressive thing about the FF7, great obelisk.
A haze of new information. An obelisk of basaltic
Hello?
Sakapian design. I asked the doctor just what it was I was seeing. The excitement overwhelmed the doctor's face. He found sentences difficult to string together. Without his cheeks overstretching from joy, he collected himself. Roger's hands trembled, clicking his shutter in uniform rhythm. His mouth agape as the doctor spoke.
Okay.
Blackie, did you know the Aryan people once built great civilizations? Thousands of years ago, they ruled the entire
Oh, don't I know it?
Our efforts to support this theory for many years relegated to finding trinkets with tangential historical significance. I must reveal to you, Blackie. When you dreamt, I did not speak with you. Far from it. There was a man who spoke to me. A man who revealed everything. He was buried for thousands of years in the ice. What you see before you is the greatest discovery mankind will ever make. Deep within the city, we shall make contact with him. Father of the Aryan race. His name, Suruman.
Suruman. Huh. That's kind of crazy that they're like, yeah, the great white, right? The great white. That was really fun, though.
Hear it.
Ooh.
Just beneath the wind. The wind howls, different in the south than the north. It is only man, in our mission to achieve
A little trailer.
over Earth, that has the drive to be in a place where he does not belong.
Ko tahi rautou, ka puta anō te kārana. Me hau tātou ki te tonga. Whai atu I te hau a mahue mai I a tōroa.
Yeah, so getting to see a little bit more here.
Is Howard Blakely. I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, both from the lack of sleep and the nightmare which has taken.
But I really like this.
It was many
The
years ago.
view of being able to see
Boston, Michigan.
all these other things going on outside while we're being this penguin who's just having a fun time
Present.
is a really interesting way of doing it. Oh, let's go. It's the Cthulhu or something of that nature. But yeah, that was a really cool demo. Really fun to be able to dig into. I can imagine that there were more collectibles that I missed as I was going through. More things to be able to take a look at as I was going through. But yeah, I mean, best thing that I can really say in terms of kind of what we're digging into here is put this on your wish list, because I can imagine that it is going to be a very interesting game once we get into the deeper parts of it. I do have it already on my wish list, so I'm going to put no thanks at the moment. But just in case this does bring me back out to my main Steam thing, I just want to say this was a banger. It's a very interesting game, very different kind of thing than I think I was expecting. But I'm really into it, and I'm definitely looking forward to a future release.